If having devoted fans is a measure of success for a NASCAR NEXTEL Cup Series driver, Ryan Newman is a fortunate man. As the driver of the number 12 All-Tel Dodge for Penske Racing, Ryan's fans are as dedicated as any other NASCAR star. He's humbled by the affection members of the Ryan Newman fan club have for him and doesn't take it for granted, not for a second.
It's neat from my standpoint to be able to touch people and have an effect on them to the point that they, in turn have an effect on me. And I guess it's a friendship of sorts.
When you talk to the members of the club, which can be found at www.ryan12newman.com on the internet, friendship is a word that shows up in the conversations often. Rashawn Fain is a store manager in Ohio who waves the Newman banner with pride.
The relationship that I have with Ryan is above and beyond just a driver. I feel like he is my friend. He is the top dog. I mean, he is absolutely my favorite driver.
Ryan knows Rashawn well, enjoys her visits when she gets to races or fan club events.
Rashawn's been an awesome fan. I'd say she's as unique a fan as you could have, and that she's so dedicated. She's just such an outgoing person. I mean, some fans, they just like to sit in the grandstands and watch. Rashawn likes to be part of the team, which is the uniqueness of her.
Rashawn travels to 5 to 7 races a year, and her presence is known at each stop along the way. She even got to celebrate a victory with him at Michigan International Speedway.
I see Rashawn most of the time in autograph sessions before a given weekend or on a given weekend, and she'll tell me where she's sitting, and she'll stand up with her banner and wave, and I wave back when I'm doing the parade lap, things like that, which make it cool and makes it fun. It's obviously fun for her, otherwise she wouldn't be there, but it's a different level of fun for me.
Other members of the fan club may not be as vocal as Rashawn, but Aaron Witt, a minister in Northern Illinois, likes the atmosphere of the Ryan Newman fan club.
I like the guy. He's got a great sense of humor. It's a kind of a quick-witted, dry sense of humor, somewhat like I've got. Just his emphasis on education, the way he is with the kids. I think he's a great role model, which is always what I like to see in professional athletes. So it's just fun to watch him.
Known as Revs to other fan club members, Aaron adopted Ryan as a favorite when Penske Racing signed on with Dodge in 2003. The year Ryan won 8 races and took 11 poles. Aaron saw Ryan take one of the checkered flags that season.
I'm a big Dodge guy. 2003 Penske, of course, switched to Dodge, which switched Ryan to Dodge. So that kind of gave me a driver to hook onto a little bit. Really started rooting for Ryan then. And my first live NASCAR race I got to go to was when we just moved up to this area in 2003, went to Chicagoland Speedway, and Ryan happened to win that race.
Winning races always helps build a fan base, but Ryan's background as a Purdue Boilermaker is what initially drew Virginia resident Nyla Slaughter to the fold.
Back in the late 90s, as Ryan was running USAC, Miss Silver Crown Midget, and those kind of cars, I'd watch a show called Thursday Night Thunder on ESPN. And I was a graduate of Purdue University, and when they were doing the broadcasting, they happened to mention that this young driver attended Purdue, and that was an instant link for me. Started watching him and was really impressed. And I just kind of grew from there.
Nyla echoes the friendship tone set by Rashawn and Aaron. They know each other well in the fan club's cyberspace realm.
Surprisingly, it's turned out to be more of a friendship with several of these folks. Meeting them, talking with them we have chat sessions during races where we talk live back and forth with each other as to what's happening on the track and what's going on during the race. It's pretty amazing. We've picked up an awful lot of information from the crew chief side, from Ryan's side, and it's really neat.
Rashawn joins the online fun during races, too.
There's actually a group of us that even on race day, the ritual would be that not only are we all listening to Ryan's scanner at the same time, but we're also off in a chat room chatting about everything that's going down and how we're following him with each lap. And I want people to know how I can tell, even by his demeanor in the car, like what I'm hearing on the radio, how he's running. I mean, that's how into it we are.
She loves being part of the fun at fan club events and NASCAR races so much that her calendar has time reserved well in advance so she can get the most out of her year.
Racing and Ryan Newman Fan Club Day, that's a holiday here. Like, I have a great boss. I probably go to
6 or 7 races a year, and we pull someone in to cover while I'm gone. So at the beginning of the year in January, I sit down and mark my days off. This is when I'm not here. This is when I'm not here. My whole year is planned around NASCAR races.
While Aaron doesn't dedicate as much time as Rashawn to the travel schedule, his support reaches into his work surroundings.
In my church office, which we have a school at our church, and the kids love it. They'll come by. I've probably got 50 or 60, die-cast cars in my office. A lot of my collection has, turned to Ryan Newman things, and I have a piece of sheet metal from one of his, cars in 2003 that he signed for me a couple years ago. I've got some pictures, some different die-cast cars. My die-cast car collection in my church office is the one that usually grabs the most attention.
Aaron and his daughter Julia have joined the fan club at gatherings and met up with a special friend, Ryan's wife, Chrissy.
I have a picture of Ryan, Julia, and I together that Chrissy took for us. She had asked Julia if she'd gotten to see Ryan yet, and Julia said no. And she said, well, just a minute, I'll take you right up to him. And Chrissy pulled us right through the crowd of people and right up to Ryan to get to see Ryan, and she grabbed the camera.
Of course, Rashawn has had her share of fun with Ryan at fan club events, too.
There was this game where we played basketball at Fan Day. Both of us are such strong competitors that neither of us like to lose. And so Ryan's supposed to be off doing his next thing at Fan Day, and because one of us isn't winning, we're like, let's play again, let's play again. We're up to like 8 games. And at the end of it, he's saying to me, well, I think I won. But we probably tied. When it comes down to the tiebreaker, I beat his butt.
It's all in good fun, though, something the members of the Ryan Newman fan club seem to have no trouble finding. And that's something that pleases Ryan very much. He wants to make sure all of his fans know he appreciates the support and always welcomes the arrival of new friends.
Our website for Ryan Newman and the fan club is Ryan12Newman.com. There's information about the fan club. There's information about me, all the links to all of the sponsors, things like that. So, it talks about our foundation a little bit and gives a link to it as well and the things we try to do from a charitable standpoint. So, check it out. And we love to always have more fans of NASCAR, Ryan Newman, or the Voltel, and that's what it's all about.